Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Superhero Ideal. Please be gentle with me. This is the first video of this nature I'm going to do. This is just a small little survival kit I've been working on for about 2 or 3 years now. It's had a lot of revisions, but right now I think it's to a point that I can actually make a decent video on it. This is something that I would trust out in the wilderness. Suppose I got lost, something to that nature. Just a survival scenario. Plenty of gear here, covers a lot of bases. Pretty much everything except shelter and first aid. Generally, I'll carry some supplement stuff with that, just to give it a little more security there. But I'll go ahead and start by showing you all the gear I carry in here, going by groups. First thing we'll start out is fire starting group. And we have just a Fresnel lens here and a protective sleeve. Good for concentrating sunlight to start a fire. You guys know about that one. Actually got that at Barnes & Noble. This is a little magnesium spark rod. Included with that is a scraper for it. Right beside that, of course, the storm matches. Those are the one waterproof that'll burn underwater. Got about 13 of those. And right here we have just a segment of match striker taken from a matchbox to help ignite those matches. This is just a disposable lighter, and this isn't a Bic. Bics are good lighters, but this is just one of those disposable ones you'd get at the checkout lane at Walmart. You get about an 8-pack for $2, I believe. And what I like about these is, as opposed to Bics, they're rounded. They're a little hard to pack in smaller kits like this. This one's just flush throughout. As well, it's transparent. You can actually see the fluid moving around to that. Most Bics can't really do that, even if you're holding it up directly to a light source. Good stuff there. We'll move on to food next. Just a small section of gear here. We have just 2 Ziploc bags wrapped around with a heavy-duty rubber band. Good for food collection and food storage. Oh, can hang on to it. Just a small camp spoon on the end here. Has a bottle opener, slot for a lanyard, and a can opener. Just have that wrapped up in some electrical tape, just so the blade doesn't swing out, cause any unnecessary injuries. The blade on that pretty sharp too, so good thing to do. This is just a little fishing kit. Got this out of a very crappy survival knife when I was a kid and hang on to it all these years. It's a good little kit. The basics, some sinkers, line, hooks, and a couple of hand guides there to catch that by hand. A few other things. I'm not exactly sure how that functions, but easy enough to figure out, I'm sure, once you mess around with a little bit. This is a Princeton Tech Pulsar. This is just a small LED light. You can get these. I got these actually at Dick's Sporting Goods. These are super bright. Got a couple of quick release hooks on that. This is just very small, very compact. You can see it fits in the palm of your hand, no problem. That is a reserve lighting source for me. It is very bright, but it is also a signaling device. They say that those can be seen for over a mile away, so that works good for nighttime signaling. In addition to the lighting, with the Princeton Pulsar Tech, I have just a Maglite Solitaire. Again, like the disposable lighter, that's just a very flush, even nature there, not hard to package into a small kit like this. It operates on one AAA battery. It's twist top operated, as well as a small lanyard attached to it. Great light there. I have a bunch of those for a lot of my kits. With it, just of course, an extra battery, additional AAA. Got a segment of signal, signal mirror here. This is actually just a rear view mirror replacement segment of that cut out. I prefer those for smaller kits like this, just because you can see they're just very slim, flexible. They'll bend before they break. Pretty durable as well. Comes with a little protective sheeting on that. You can get a sheet of that for about $6, about 8x12 piece. So you can cut it up to the lengths you need, put it into various kits. Good stuff there. Little pin-on ball compass. And here we have a multi-functional whistle. This is a Coghlan's. It's not as loud as something like a Fox 40 micro whistle. I carry that in a lot of my kits. But still very loud, very shrill. It works very good. As well, it has a reserve compass on that. Good to have 2 compasses. That way you don't doubt the trustworthiness of one. Line them up and they both point the same direction. You're good to go. On the back side, it has a thermometer on there. Not a necessity, but nice to know the temperature outside. As well, it has a segment of signal mirror there, and a reserve magnifying glass. Multifunction tool. Great stuff there. Here we have just a wire saw held together with a bit of paracord. Also works good as a reserve snare. You guys know about those. This, oh, excuse me. This is a great piece here. A lot of you guys started seeing these in kits more often now. This is a Smith's Pocket Pal knife sharpener, and this is a great piece to have. It's much more compact. There's a lot of those small yellow ones out there that have the carbide and ceramic sharpening slots. This has that as well, just in a smaller, slimmer package. Again, like the lighter and flashlight, very slim. As well, it has one of these kind of diamond filament rods that flips out to sharpen serrations. As well, a little slot for a lanyard on there. That is an excellent piece. Only drawback, these are a little pricey, about 10 bucks a pop. Whenever I see them, I'll buy them up though. Get about 4 of those right now. Here's just a small multi-tool. This is actually a Gerber clutch. A lot of people, not so big on Gerber anymore. But still, this is a good multi-tool, especially for its size. Of course, just all the basics, pliers, wire cutter, a reserve knife blade, tweezers, 2 little pry bars on that, and a nail file with a nail cleaner on that. Folds down, very small, very compact, very lightweight for its size. This is the knife I use. This is a KRCT M16 10KZ. This is a good knife. You can search a lot of other people doing full reviews solely dedicated to this, but it's a, I believe that's a 3 7/8, about 3 7/8 inch blade on that. Partial serration, partial straight edge, Tanto style tip. Get a good belt clip on that. What I really like about this is the dual lock system. See that little red notch right there? You have to pull that lever, press down on the lock right there to actually close that. That prevents any knife closings on you in case you have to stab something. I've had numerous knives close on my hands before. It's not a great experience to have to go through, especially in a survival scenario. You're just going to cause unneeded injury, so good knife there. We'll go on to some utilities here. Oh, first off, I'll cover this. I always carry just a small pair of nail clippers for feet and hands. Can cause just a lot of unnecessary injuries just by having excesses of nails. You're going to be walking a lot, you're going to be using your hands a lot more in a survival situation. You have just nails that are just too long. Let's say you're working on something, maybe batoning some wood or something like that. With extra nails, you're just going to drive it into, a piece of wood, the ground, or rock, something like that. And you're going to cause unneeded injuries. Those injuries are going to disable you from being able to work at your full potential, and as well they may even cause just some openings on your hands, just leading to infection, and that's just something you want to stay away from. Just a small set of nail clippers, pack away those in your little kit. It'll be a great idea to have, save you a world of trouble. Okay, now on to the utilities. Just have a small Sharpie in blue, a carpenter's pencil cut down to about the segment I need, and pre-sharpened just about to the point. Whenever I'm ready to write something down, I can just sharpen it up to the tip I need to write. That way it just buys me a little more edge for my blade. Save a little time on that. As well, for those, I have just about 5 sheets of Write in the Rain notebook paper there. This is great stuff. I highly recommend it. A lot of you guys use this stuff. Excellent stuff. Can't go wrong with that. Over here we just have a small nalgene vial. Nothing real too special about that. Got some electric tape sealed around the top there. Keep a little more water resistant. That just keeps a lot of my gear together. As well, we have a small carabiner there. Nothing special, just aluminum, not recommended for climbing. One of those models. As well, we have some paracord here. This is bright neon yellow, works good as a trail marker. Great utility. This has the 7 strands inside of it. Good strong stuff. Looks like we're running out of time for this first part here. I'll pick up in part 2. Check it out.